we have the opportunity here to be sort of a ramp for students who come from our local high schools and are preparing to go to some of the most competitive universities in the country. And so I see our role as sort of helping you get on that ramp so that you are up to speed and ready to join in when you meet students at college from all over the country.
What are your qualifications for teaching?
I have a bachelor's degree in physics from Virginia Tech, a master's degree in education also from Virginia Tech.
I have a bachelor's degree in theater and arts management from Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. And then I have a teaching certificate from Mary Baldwin College in pre-K through 12 theater education.
Well, my undergraduate degree was in English, and my graduate degree from JMU was also in English literature. And I've taught, this is my 23rd year teaching.
So I was originally trained as an engineer. I have both undergraduate and graduate degrees in chemical engineering, and I was in that field for about 15 years.
So why did you come to Gov School versus another school?
I actually attended Governor School when I was a student in high school. So when I saw a job was open here rather than some other high schools, I was really excited at the opportunity to apply. Just to be back in the community that really gave me so much, and the opportunity to get back to some students. I was really, really excited, and to work with a small staff. I really was looking forward to that.
I think having a really high quality public education available is important. My entire education was spent in public school, and I think to be able to offer this level of quality STEM education to public school students is really essential.
So what aspects of your department do you find unique or appealing?
One of my favorite things about my department is I love having students from all of the different schools throughout the area all working together because it's an audition program. It's students who take theater very seriously, and so they come together and really work hard as an ensemble with great commitment and great creativity, and they build up these wonderful friendships, and we all end up with just a great bond together over their 2 years here, and that's one of my favorite things. They get to dive in a little more deeply into some more advanced classes, more advanced acting technique, read and discuss a lot more plays than they would probably get to in a normal high school class. And then we have this great guest artist program where we bring in working artists from the community who come in and teach specialty subjects like stage makeup, stage combat, voice, costuming, things like that. And those are opportunities they wouldn't necessarily have just at their home high school.
As far as engineering, we're very fortunate to be close to some very good engineering schools, and we're tied in pretty closely with UVA's engineering department. A little bit less so maybe with Tech because they're further away, although we have done some things with them. The Makers Conference would be one example. But I've been involved over at UVA in some workshops helping to establish engineering curricula for high school.
So what is your favorite thing about the students at Gov School?
Oh, there's so many things.
I could not ever limit that to one thing.
There's really just so much. I'd say it pretty much boils down to the creativity and the individuality of each student. Every year I get to meet a different group, 80 to 90 students in my class that just never cease to impress me, and I get enriched from every single interaction I have with every single student.
Because they are so talented, they are so ambitious, they are always appreciative of the resources here, the teaching here, interacting here. I love so many different aspects of it.
I think in addition to that, I especially love this age group because you guys just have this world of opportunities ahead of you, and it's really fun for me to feel like I'm putting some things in your toolkit to help you to take advantage of some of those opportunities when you leave here. We teachers live a pretty vicarious life, and to think that we had anything at all to do with those future successes is kind of what drives us.
Could you give some examples of some projects that your students have completed?
Yeah, I recently learned about a project where a student had learned that recent stroke victims were in a motorized wheelchair and kept hitting various objects would run into walls, would run into tables, and it would damage the wheelchair. So they developed a little bumper system as well as a microcontroller that would give off beeps as you're getting closer to objects to give them a little bit more warning time that they would need to slow down.
Several of my students for their senior capstones end up going to different elementary or middle schools and directing, which is, I'm sure, a great challenge, and I think they have a lot of more respect for what I and their home theater teachers do when we direct. But it's also a great learning experience for them to apply their knowledge and terms and skills from here and to take it out into a school setting. But it's also a service opportunity as well.
Just overall, what is your favorite thing about Gov School?
Students, definitely the first. But my colleagues, probably the second. Our staff is really pretty close. Part of it is the way we work, part of it is that we're a fairly small staff. But it's a really cool group of people to work with.
The community, and I love the fact that it's STEM and it's arts and humanities. I think that sometimes the perception is that there are two different programs, but more and more I'm seeing a lot of overlap between the programs, and then that creates a very incredible and unique community. I love it.
There are so many opportunities just to interact with other teachers and gain a bunch of skills that I wouldn't have necessarily gotten in other high schools. So the camaraderie, both between students, between teachers and students interacting, that's a special kind of environment that you don't find many places.
Why did you want to come to Gov School?
I had a lot of friends that came, and I knew that it would offer a lot of new opportunities and would challenge me like I'd never been challenged before.
It was mostly because I was looking at competitive colleges, and so I wanted something that would be on my application that would kind of show that I was going for the harder classes and going for the harder opportunities.
I really wanted to come to Gov School because my sister came here and she had an amazing experience. She would always show me like pictures of what she was doing in class and things like that.
So what expectations did you have coming into Gov School?
I really thought that I would be surrounded by people who wanted to learn just like I did.
I had an expectation that the teachers would be very passionate in the curriculum that they teach, that they would be available to their students as often as they can, and that they not only did they knew what they were teaching, but they could teach it in a manner that the students could understand it.
I thought that there was going to be a lot more creativity here, and that was definitely true.
I had really high expectations for the humanities program here at Governor School, just because I was really looking forward to a smaller class with more challenging curriculum.
I expected to meet a lot of new people that had a lot of the same interests as me, and I expected to do a lot of things that I wouldn't have the opportunity to do back at Reds.
And what aspects of your department do you find like unique or appealing?
Basically everything. It's so great.
I think what's unique about the STEM department is it currently has the most potential growth as far as careers.
I think all the resources that we have here in the STEM department are really unique. Able to do more complicated labs because we have the facilities here where we can keep everything localized and really concentrate all of our focus on those specific classes.
Our department, with the seniors, we only have about 10 students, which makes it really unique because we get a lot of hands-on work with the teacher, but also like work with each other, which is really neat. And if you're not really necessarily the best at one thing, you can ask each other for help with other things, so that's pretty cool about our department.
We do a concentration project, which is a series of 12 projects that all go together for the AP portfolio. So that's really unique because it's not just like individual projects that Ms. Vaughn assigns. Like, this is something that we choose and we get to do. So it's something that we're really interested in.
Which class have you enjoyed the most and why?
I enjoyed Studio 2 the most because we got to work on our concentration project, which was really unique, and I got to do wheel through and pottery, so that was really fun to kind of like develop your own style throughout the year.
Drama theory and criticism and humanities, because that has been something that I would not have been able to experience at my regular high school.
Right now I am in molecular biology, and we have access to a PCR machine, which almost no high schools in this area have.
I'd say that I've enjoyed AP statistics the most. As I'm going into college next year, that's actually inspired me to obtain a mathematics major and then maybe minor in something like actuarial studies or data sciences.
So can you just kind of touch on and describe a project that you've completed over the course of your time here?
So my research project junior year was to test natural growth inhibitors of E. coli. So I tested tea tree oil, olive leaf extract, and oil of oregano. And I compared that to just standard hand sanitizer.
My capstone project actually this year has been a really amazing experience. So what I'm doing is I'm heading up to UVA every day. I'm doing a mentorship, independent study, hybrid project. So right now I'm working with devices called microfluidic chips. This was a project given to me, I think, to get me out of the way in the lab, but because of the skills I've learned at Governor School, I've been able to take this project that the lab gave me and really expand it and blow it up into this remarkable project that I'll actually be continuing this summer. I have officially been employed by UVA, which is a really amazing experience, and this only happened because Gov School pushed me to do this capstone project.
So overall, what is your favorite thing about Gov School?
I think the thing that I enjoy most about coming here is really just the atmosphere.
The chance to meet all the kids from the other schools. Just at Fort, I never really had the opportunity to meet other people aside from the random moments. But at Gov School, like, you're forced to be around the kids from the other schools, and you're forced to meet people. So I have friends at Gov School that I wouldn't have met otherwise.
Probably the challenge, like I said, that I expected to get, because I knew if I didn't come to Gov School I wouldn't have a lot of these challenges and opportunities, and I like being challenged.
My favorite thing about Gov School is actually just the memories that I've made here. The people that I've met, the teachers that have taught me, the administrators who have really cared about my success. These all make up such a huge body of work as far as memories go.
I would say how much the teachers respect us and are really open to our ideas.
My favorite thing about Governor School is being in an environment where everyone is kind of reaching for the same goals and wanting to achieve the same things as you.
So how has Gov School prepared you for the future?
There are definitely higher level courses, and it's definitely made me think about what I want to do in the future. So
It's really prepared me for the future and workload and figuring out time management.
It's definitely put me in a situation where I have to challenge myself and I have to continue to push beyond what I'm used to. Like at Fort, the classes were pretty just standard, and it really didn't push me to go beyond what I was normally capable of. And so Gov School really set a standard that was a little beyond what I was used to and forced me to continue to work towards that.
So with that being said, would you recommend Gov School to a friend?
Definitely.
yes.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Without a doubt.
Positively! It's been amazing! I love it. I love everything about it. The courses and the people and the teachers and the space is amazing, so definitely.
I know that the things that I've experienced here will stay with me for a very, very, very long time, and I'm just so thankful for the opportunities that I've had here.